Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is What If Asta Went to the Naruto World, Part 3. So yeah, Part 2 and Part 1 were like 2 days ago or something like that. Not the point. Sorry, I keep burping. So, let me begin this What If and let me shut the fuck up. I should also mention one thing that I am doing what's it called for either 2.9k or 3k, whatever I think of doing this What If. It's about 5 medicines going into a world. I did mention this on a tab one time. Well, not on a tab, a community tab, but yeah. I don't remember. It was like 5 months ago, something, 6 probably. But not the point. Let me go into this What If and let me shut the fuck up. And let me just begin into the What If, okay? So, we go after Kakashi is still tied up and can't move. He is, basically in the Yami clan. The Yami clan kind of like came in, mostly Raven Yami's like father kind of came in and says, "Who the hell are you?" Of course, we were, the grandmother, mother, and even, the brother kind of came in. The brother's about Chunin rank. The father was actually Jonin rank. And, of course, where the mother is just, their grandmother. She was actually Jonin rank before she just became too old. Of course, they were wondering who the fuck Kakashi was. Karasu, Raven, and, of course, Naruto and Asta wasn't there. They're actually just eating at some barbecue place. Of course, Asta was eating the barbecue. He wasn't much complaining. Naruto was complaining that he wanted ramen, but of course Asta punched him in the head to tell him to shut up. Don't be fucking that rude. I don't know. Just fucking eat the barbecue and shut the fuck up, Asta said. But I wanted ramen. Shut up. You get the food or I'm gonna eat it. This is where Naruto said, "No, mine." Fucking dumbass. This is where, Karasu was laughing, like chuckling at both Naruto and Asta's antics, but yeah. This is where Raven was just eating kind of quietly and doesn't really want to pay attention to her team. Even though her team actually helped her against Kakashi, she doesn't know if they overheard. This is where, Naruto says, "Oh, by the way, Raven, so you're not going to be on our team, right?" This is where, Asta says, "Probably not. She probably wants to be by herself." "I'm asking her, dumbass, not you." Well, like I said, Kakashi did get defeated. That means the fact that, a team has to only work by 3. Besides, we could just make a shadow clone and say, "That's a third teammate. Done. We don't need to deal with her anyway," Asta said. Very coldly, but of course, it was the truth. This is where Raven kind of felt saddened. Because, both of them kind of overheard her. But of course, she kind of said it kind of rudely that she didn't want to be on a team with those 3. Mostly, not those 3, those 2. Naruto and Asta. So, of course, it's kind of a regret for her kind of saying that. This is where, Karasu came in and says, "Yo, calm down, you two. Even though I know my granddaughter might have said that somewhat rude to you, you don't need to be that rude." Asta says, "It's not rude, I'm just saying the truth. Like I said, this dumbass can go make multiple clones. Can't you just split your chakra into 2? You too, idiot. We can make 4 people on a team." Well, actually, if our sensei doesn't actually do shit for us, Naruto said, we can always just make a clone, turn him into a henjutsu, not henjutsu, turn him into the, substitution? Yeah, no, what's it called? The henjutsu. And of course, make him be like Kakashi or whatever the hell his goddamn name was again. What was it? Asta says, the hell should I remember? I didn't actually care about whatever his name was. I just called him the fucking pervert. This is where, Naruto says, yeah, we should just call him that. And if we're going to do missions, we can use him if the guy is too fucking lazy to do anything. This is where, Karasu can see the logic between those 2. It looks like they can be a one-man army and they can care less about having a sensei or a third teammate. Raven can see this. Asta says, whatever. Besides, he just throws the kunai fucking down. Besides, the 4th Hokage was a person that can take on a one-man army. Why can't I also take a one-man army? Because you still suck at using the flying rising. Don't you remember smashing into multiple walls? Do you not remember when we tried to escape from the gray hair, we both smashed into the door frame? No. This is where Naruto says, "Fuck you." Hey. Shut the fuck up. You don't help me in Funjutsu, you fuck. Because I'm not gonna learn Funjutsu when my head always explodes from it. Well, that's because you're retarded, Asta says. And Naruto says, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And Asta says, yeah. This is where Karasu heard the word flying Raijin. And of course, he was shocked to even hear the Funjutsu flying Raijin. He knew that the second Hokage was able to use the flying Raijin, but also is more well known because of the fourth Hokage, since he was a mastery in Funjutsu, meaning that he actually used the flying Raijin to take on a one-man army. Now, of course, Naruto does not know about his father being the Yellow Flash, and, well, Asta's father is, well, still an unknown. I'll mention him way later and who he is exactly. But of course, this is where, well, Asta says, but whatever. Besides, if you help me with Funjutsu, I would have probably actually not smashed our faces into the wall, ground, or anything. This is where Naruto says, meh, I'd rather learn jutsus, ninjutsu, and taijutsu. Funjutsu sucks. Oh, screw you. What about kenjutsu? Asta said, I don't know how to use a sword. The hell do you want me to use a sword for? Maybe because when you fucking lose your hands, you can use the sword to stab him right in the neck. Asta kind of says that out blankly. This is where, well, Naruto says, screw that. Besides, it'll be too heavy and I had to just be limbo. This is where Asta says, you can still be in limbo if you just use a tanto. I don't know, the tanto I use. You mean the tanto you stole from some root ambu? Or not root ambu, some ambu? Hey, it was a gift. Yeah. And Naruto says, sure, let's just say it's a gift from the fact that you just robbed them. Yeah, let's just say that. Naruto says, well, not Naruto, Asta says, fuck you. That's why Naruto says, screw you too, buddy. But still, I'm not learning anything other than ninjutsu and, well, taijutsu. What about genjutsu? Oh, you fucking serious? You got me fucked up in that shit. That shit, I can't even use it. I have too much chakra to even use fucking Funjutsu. Or not Funjutsu, Genjutsu. The hell do you want me to learn how to do that? Man, you just gotta try. Bitch, I tried for 40 days and trying to learn how to do Genjutsu. The smallest Genjutsu. The weakest one out of every other Genjutsu. And you see how long it took me to do it? I couldn't even finish it. I gave up halfway through it. Fuck that shit. Here's the word. Well, Asta says, well, that's because you just suck. Okay, motherfucker, how about you learn Genjutsu? Well, that's my goal. I'm gonna learn every type of jutsus and other things that might be helpful for my goal is to become the Hokage. Becoming, well, better than you. This is where, well, taking your dream from your dreams. This is where Naruto says, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna be the first person that only uses ninjutsu and taijutsu to become the Hokage. While you're over here training harder to learn all these other things, I'm gonna be better than you. Arrogant fuck. I'm not arrogant when I can fucking tell you the truth. You can't see the future though. Naruto goes up. Shut the fuck up. Fuck you. This is where Naruto says, oh come on. Where are you going? Naruto walks away and says, I'm going home. Fuck this shit. Well, bye. Also, thanks for your, what's it called, barbecue. This is where Naruto, he was arguing, so of course he didn't eat all his barbecue. And when he comes back, he sees Asta just eating it. Oh. This is where Asta's kind of flipping him off. This is where Naruto's getting angry and says, yo, fuck off. He kind of just disappears in a body flicker because yes, he knows how to do body flicker. This is where Karasu was actually shocked to even see a kid do a body flicker. This is where Asta says, well, I should be going. This is where he puts money on the table and says, that's the money for the tab or whatever. This is where, well, the money was actually a lot. Asta didn't actually count because, well, he didn't really care. The reason why he has a lot of money is not because of the fact that Hiruzen kind of gives him money and all that. Mostly because of Naruto being, well, the fourth Hokage child. No. Asta and Naruto kind of rob a lot of people, I'll say. They don't actually follow half the time to ninja rules or whatever. They don't really care about protecting people. They care about money. And the state of fucking money. But nah, I'm just being this at it. I don't know. But this is where, well, Asta is saying, well, I'll be going now. This is where Karutu says, you know you don't need to pay. I'll be the one paying, so you can get your money back. Asta says, nah, it'd be fine. Besides, you were the one to might bring us here, but never mind. Besides, I did say some rude things about Raven, so I guess this is the only thing to kind of apologize or something. But whatever. Asta's walking away, and this is where, well, Raven kind of looks at Asta, and of course her face is becoming a pinkish shade. And this is where Karu says, like, oh, so you do like him. This is where Raven, her face became completely pinkish, and this is where she said, huh, no, Grandpa, don't think they're wrong. No. This is where, well, Karu says, like, aw, my little granddaughter already liking someone. Oh, so adorable. This is where Raven goes, she passes out. But yeah, this is where Naruto gets home. And of course, before he gets home, he actually gets interrupted by Horusen. Horusen says, Asta. This is where Asta turns around and says, old man Horusen. Horusen says, why do you call me old man? I mean, you are old. It's not like I'm saying a lie. This is where Horusen says, I guess you're not. But still, it's kind of rude of you to say things like that to the Hokage and all that. Well, sorry about that. So what brings you here in the, what's it called, village? I thought you would be doing more paperwork, Asta said. This is where, well, Horusen says, I just wanted to have a relaxing day before I go back and do more. I guess that's the burden, Asta says. I guess that's the burden becoming the Hokage. A lot of paperwork. The curse thing. This is what Horusen says. Please tell me you're not going to change your dream. Nah, I'm not gonna change my dream. Really? I might, if I get into it, also says, if I do get into becoming the Hokage, either 7th or 8th or even 9th, I'm gonna definitely give it to Naruto. The fastest point of just giving up. This is where, well, I wasn't go, why? Because I don't like doing paperwork. But you're already this much of a genius in Funjutsu. Funjutsu takes a lot of paperwork. A lot of learning, a lot of reading. Yeah, but I want to see Naruto struggle. This is where, well, Horusen chuckles and says, you two goofballs are always kind of at each other's throat half the damn time. This is where Naruto says, it's just a joke half the time. But yeah, I guess by being brothers and being, well, with each other for the longest point, does kind of get annoying at each other. But I guess being brothers, so being mostly adopted, or not even adopted, just being orphan brothers, I guess that happens. Asta's mostly grabbing his neck, and this where, well, Horusen says, I guess so. I'm happy that you actually found a friend and or a brother relationship with, well, Naruto. I never thought you would actually be, I thought you would just become friends, but you mostly call him brother a lot. And even Naruto calls you brother. Even if you two always fight each other. Well, it's very interesting. So, how's your flying Raijin techniques coming along? Also says, I haven't actually fully mastered it, or even mastering it even a little bit. I keep smashing my face into the ground, wall, or even up the ceiling. It's terrible. I haven't actually learned how to figure it out. I can't tell if it's from the fact I'm adding way too much chakra, or adding way too little chakra, or I just need very perfect control. How did the poor Hokage did it? He asked, well, Horusen. Horusen says, I can't really tell you. This is where, well, you just have to learn on yourself, by yourself, Asta. Damn it. I knew that you were gonna have to do some secret code of not telling me anything about, like, the four Hokage's flying Raijin. What about the second? The second was the one to create it, but he never actually managed to complete it. So, I can't help you there. Damn it. For being an old man, I feel like you just forgot about it. You know, since you're like 8,500 years old. Here's where Horusen gets a tick mark and say, look here, you little brat, I'm 60. Yeah, that's what I just said, 600. Here's where Horusen says, I'm like... This is where I was a little laughs, like a little chuckle, but yeah. This is where, well, Horusen says, you're quite annoying, Asta. I can see why Naruto gets quite angry at you half the damn time. Mostly because I always eat his ramen, or he always eats my potatoes, and I'll try to kill him first. Very interesting. So, are you really going to just become a Funjutsu master in the near future? Is it where, well, they keep walking, of course. Also says Funjutsu, maybe Funjutsu, Kenjutsu, Taijutsu, Ninjutsu, and try to do Genjutsu. But I'm not that good at Genjutsu. I'm better at Naruto and Genjutsu, but I'm not that great. But yeah, there's a lot of type of like fighting skills. Are you sure you're gonna try to learn them all? Not all from the different categories. I'm only wanting to learn specific type that might help me in the near future. This is where, well, what's it called? Harusan nodded and says, good. I'm happy that you actually want to only learn specific things that will help you in the near future. But still, I'm quite amazed that you actually already have all 5 natures. This is where, well, I was just like, I haven't actually trained in any nature element just yet. Just been training in Funjutsu, and Kenjutsu, and Taijutsu, and also just trying to do Genjutsu. Haven't really trained in any ninjutsu. Harusan chuckles and says, I see. What about Naruto? Have you tried doing any ninjutsus? No, but he always kind of uses the Rasengan way too much. Even though you two managed to learn forbidden techniques like the multi-shadow clone jutsu, flying Raijin, even Rasengan, I'm surprised that you two kind of use it very carefully, because usually anyone that learns something like that will keep using it multiple times. And of course, might have accidentally drained themselves way too much out of chakra and accidentally get killed. Or not accidentally, purposely get killed or something like that. Because those juices are dangerous. This is where Naruto says, well, not Naruto, also says, I guess so. But yeah, I don't actually use the multi-shadow clone jutsu. I have it just in case I want to do a physical clone, just one. I kind of call that clone mostly Omega, so yeah. Now that I think about it, I'm probably gonna name 2 other clones, Alpha and Alpha and Delta, just because why not? That's a where, well, Harusan says, I guess so. What are they gonna be specifically on? This is where, well, Asta says, I'm not telling you. Well, of course, Asta says, still, would you help me in Funjutsu? Well, not Funjutsu. Would you help me in Ninjutsu? Any type of element? Since you are the god of Shinobi, you must have learned all 5 natures before. This is where Harusan chuckles and says, yeah, I did. But still, maybe when you don't get training by your sensei. So annoying. That sensei is such a pervert. At the same time, such a rude bastard. Also very lazy. This is where, well, Harusan says, yeah, you can say that again. I don't know why Kakashi even got your team. He said in his head. This is where, well, still, is it really rude of all 3 of you to kind of, well, not respect their teacher? He is your teacher, though. That's what Asta says. All 3 of us. You mean only me and Naruto? Raven says she doesn't want to be on the team. She said after defeating Kakashi, she would go on the team by herself, and Kakashi won't need to bother her again. Just to work, well. Harusan says, I see. I actually can't put her on any other team. If I could, I would've, but I don't know. Can't you just put her on a team by herself? No, I can't do that. She's only a 12-year-old girl. I can't do that, Asta. And you two, I can't neither put you on a team by yourself, Asta. I don't think you even want that. You would rather be with Naruto. And you two will only make a clone once to kind of substitute the 3rd teammate. Because I know you two will kind of, well, try to bribe the 3rd teammate to kind of just lay back and do nothing. While you 2, or should I say 3, because one of you are going to make a clone, to just fit the other one. I can't let you do that. Why? Asta's emerald green eyes are kind of looking at Harusan. That's why, well, Harusan says, because Asta. You gotta learn how to be okay with other people. The reason why I didn't put you on a team by yourself, well, not by yourself and not with Naruto and other people, is because I know that you won't talk to anyone unless it's Naruto. Naruto's the same, and of course, is where, well, Raven from that other classroom was actually almost the same. So I decided to pick all the best loners together. Huh. That's where, let's see. She truly wants to be alone. How do you expect us to actually work great with each other? Well, you work great with fighting as Akashi. I knew you were gonna use that crystal ball. Of course. But still, you all three work perfectly together, fighting the Akashi and even capturing him. That's where, and Naruto, not Naruto, Asta. I guess you're right. I guess you're right. Well, I should be going to see Naruto if he didn't eat everything in the what's called fridge. This will work. Well, Haruzen says, okay, bye, Asta. Asta waves back at the, well, Haruzen's Harutobi. And of course, this is where Naruto, or not Naruto, Asta goes, he just disappeared with a flying Raikun. Of course, this is where Haruzen smiles. He gets like the little perverted grin. Because when he was looking at the crystal ball, he can see that Raven kind of has feelings for Asta. And this is where, well, he says, in the near future, I wonder how they will work out. Still, Asta's personality is quite interesting, almost the same as Raven. Would that really work out? And I'm having a pervert thought of those two. I wonder how their children would kind of be. I know Naruto's in the exact same as Asta. He's nicer and quieter. But still, I shouldn't be thinking about this. Well, where's Kakashi? I should probably ask the elms to go find Kakashi. This is where, well, Haruzen says, Yujito. So Yujito appears and says, yes. This is where, well, Yujito, was it Yujito? No, not Yujito. Yugao. This is where Yugao appears and says, yes, Hokage-tama? Can you go find Kakashi? The last place that I saw him will be near the Yami clan. This is where, well, she nodded and she disappeared. This is where Haruzen kind of walks back to his Kage Tower. We go into Kakashi. Kakashi is beating the fuck up. He is in a trash can, like a trash can, can. In there, his two legs are up in the air and all that. And of course, he's knocked the fuck out. This is where Raven and Kadosu sees this. They're like confused. But of course, I walk in. This is where, well, what's it called? Raven's grandmother kind of hugs Raven, saying, are you okay? I saw this gray perverted person. I didn't know who he was, but I beat the shit out of him. I am not letting anyone touch my daughter. No way in hell. This is where Kadosu says, huh. So that's why he was there. This is where Yugao kind of finds Kakashi and says, Kakashi, you there? Kakashi-sama? This is where, well, Kakashi, he gets up and says, what just happened? This is where she covers up her nose and says, you smell really bad. This is where Kakashi says, what just happened? The only thing I remember is those strict brats leaving me and then getting my ass kicked by the clan of Yami. Oh shit, he falls down and passes out. This is where Yugao does not really want to touch him and says, why do I get Anka to do this? You know, I'll just say that I found him, but he's passed out. I go ask Brother Amos to do it for me. Nope. This is where Yugao disappears, but yeah. This is where, well, we go into the couple of days pass, and of course, is where, well, the team is actually containing of, well, Asta, Naruto. Asta's asleep still. He's like asleep on a tree. And of course, is where, well, Naruto's asleep on top of the tree. He's just like on a branch. And this is where Raven gets there because she went in the morning. And of course, they did try to make a clone of Raven. But of course, that clone that was kind of like on the other side of the tree kind of gets poofed. Thanks to, well, someone with black hair. Of course, this is Raven, the real one. And of course, she kind of sits next to Asta and kind of sleeps next to him. This is where, well, Asta didn't actually know her. And of course, this is where he's fully asleep. He can't really sensor being next to her. So well, Kakashi appears and says, "Hello there." Oh, they're all asleep. Oh, that's actually quite adorable. And Raven and Asta. Didn't actually expect that. What should have shocked them? This is where he uses his lightning to shock Asta. Asta doesn't shock. This is where, well, he then goes up to Raven, but this is where Asta says lightning style. Lightning piercing lightning needle. This is where, well, he points his finger up, and this is where it was mostly his left finger, and shoots a lightning bolt at Kakashi. Kakashi gets stabbed, and this is where Kakashi says, "Wait, why can't I move that?" Oh, shit. No, Naruto. Is Asta? That's what Asta says. Don't piss me off, you bastard. Asta wakes up and says, "What are you even trying to do? Why are you trying to shock?" Wait, no, Naruto's on the tree branch. This is where he sees Naruto still asleep. This is where when he turns towards the left of him side, he sees Raven. And this is where his face becomes a kind of pinkish red. And says, Raven? Wait, this is Naruto's fucking clone. That's where, well, Raven says, "Shut up." She kind of looks to her side, and of course showing her kind of ruby red eyes. And that's where Asta says, you're not the clone. Fuck. The only reason why it's not the clone is because Naruto fucked it up and accidentally made Raven's eyes a very shady, like, brightish orange. So of course, because he can only remember seeing Karusu's eyes like that. This is where Asta can remember clearly that Raven's eyes were ruby red. The only way they didn't change is because they didn't care that much. But this is definitely the real Raven. This is what he said, "Why are you next to me?" This is where, well, Raven kind of went close and says, "Because we're teammates, right?" This is where Asta says, "Yeah." Of course, his face is becoming a little bit more pinkish red. And of course, Raven realized what she was doing, and she stops and looks away, also becoming a pinkish red. Naruto wakes up and falls over the tree and says, "Ah, fuck me. Ah, son of a bitch. That hurt like a bitch. Ah." "Oh, it's you, gray-haired pervert. What do you want, anyway?" Because she says, "Oh, for a mission, since we're all a team, right?" This is where some of them kind of nodded. This is where both Raven and Asta kind of just nodded slowly. And Naruto says, "I guess so. I'm gonna go back to sleep. I don't really care." This is where, well, when Naruto was going back to sleep, this is where Kakashi said, "Hey, wake up, rat." This is where Naruto was about to kick him, and kind of sent a wind slash from his kick. Yes, Naruto's able to use wind, and also his second element is, well, water. But yeah. This is where, well, Kakashi sighs and says, "Whatever, you three kind of get up already, you little..." God damn it. So where, well, they kind of like decide to do the different missions and all that. Mostly D-rank missions, finding Tora and kind of grabbing it and blah blah blah. Tora doesn't scratch at Raven much, but of course does try to scratch at Naruto most of the time. But when it comes to Asta, Asta says, "Touch me and I'll cut you into a million pieces." Yeah, Asta is sometimes scary. This is where, well, so we go into a time skip about a C-rank mission of what they have to do. They have to go towards the land of waves to, well, help this person about, what's it called? This person about the bridge, mostly named Tazuna. Tazuna doesn't really talk smack to almost all of them, because first of all, the gray hair is kind of like a darkish gray, but yeah. Of course, the black hair, it's kind of like, yeah, and then the yellow hair, he does try to talk smack about Naruto, but Naruto growls and says, talk about it and I'll kill you, making a wind claw, like wind started appearing in his claw, making them a little bit sharper. This is where Tazuna shut the fuck up after that, and of course, this is where, well, we go into the time skip of them going to the land of waves. This is where the two demon brothers appear, and this is where Asta, he does use the flying Raijin, but throwing it behind them, and this is where he says, "Flying Raijin slash!" This is where he pulls out two tontos from his arms, from the Funchitsu, and cut their head off. This is where Asta says, "That was easier than I thought." Raven realized she couldn't, like, react fast enough, and this one Naruto says, "Fuck, I don't care that much. I still am tired." God damn it. Sorry. Just a weird one. I was say, yeah, whatever. Just a weird one. And Kakashi kind of questioned Tazuna, and of course it worked well. Tazuna gives up and gives up the information, blah blah blah. But of course it worked well. We go into a time skip of them fighting in Sabza. This is where Kakashi gets captured, but of course it's where Asta was actually fighting in Sabza with two Tontos and also then almost about to use Flying Raijin until Ice Senbons appear and of course knocking out Sabza. This is where Zabuza was taken with Haku. Because what's it called? Kakashi was about to use Chidori behind him, but yeah. That didn't work, and of course, Kakashi passed out, but yeah. Of course, it worked. Well, I know I'm saying yeah multiple times, but I'm feeling really tired, and I feel like not doing this, whatever. But of course, we go into them kind of just like being at Tazuna's house, but this is where Naruto kind of goes and trains outside, and this is where Asta's inside, and this is where, Raven's also inside. Raven's kind of looking away from Asta. Every time she kind of gets a glimpse of Asta, her face becomes a little pinkish red. She doesn't know what this feeling is. Her heart kind of beats a little bit faster every time she's kind of close to Asta, but she doesn't actually understand. That's why Asta kind of looks at her, sometimes but not much. His heart also does races, but not as much as she does. That's where, Asta says, I'm gonna go see what Naruto's doing, okay? That's where Asta gets up and starts walking towards outside, but yeah. But this is where I'm gonna leave it off for part 3 of what if Asta went to the Naruto world. But yeah, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato sleep, potato, and good night. Potato.